Good morning, everyone, from Ozark Living Homestead. It's been a few days since I've been able to get a video out. I actually tried, a couple of things happened, but anyway, this is my neighbor's trailer here, and a few days ago we went and picked up 3 bundles of slabs. As a lot of you know, this is what I'm going to use on the outside, the siding of the cabin. Basically, there's a siding and other things here. But we went on and picked 3 up because he had 3 that I could get, and we were going to go back and get more, just haven't had time because I've been busy on the cabin and a few other things. This past Thursday, as you guys know, we have 5 goats here, and we've been very lucky and not had any health problems with them at all. I had wormed them right after getting them just to make sure they were, healthy and everything. Friday morning, I think it was Friday morning, this past Friday, I put her up on Thursday night. Well, I put them all up on Thursday night. They were fine, healthy, running and playing. Friday morning, I get up the original nanny, and that's her back there. I don't know if you guys can see her. She's behind the little door to shelter. But anyway, Friday morning I get up, and she's just standing in front of the shed, and she won't move. I mean, she won't budge. I let the goats out, and they all come running out, and she just stands there looking at me. She won't come out. So I left her in there. I left the gate open and left her in there. And I kept watching her for about 30 minutes. She didn't budge. She didn't move. Not one step. She just stood there. So I definitely knew something was wrong. She finally came out and wandered around a little bit, and was eating and stuff. But she was real slow and sluggish. So I just kind of kept an eye on her. That night, put her back up. She looked a little better, not much better, but a little better. And I thought, okay, maybe she ate something. I don't know a lot about goats. I'm still learning. But the next morning, same thing. She was actually just laying there. She wouldn't budge. She was outside of the pen. Outside of the shelter, and she wouldn't budge. And she won't come out from behind the shed now. So, but then I opened up, let all the goats out, and she wouldn't come out. So I went up to the feed store, where the guy is that I get a lot of my stuff from. It's a local feed store here. And I explained to him what was going on with her, and it looked like she had a mild cold. So, and that's what I told him, and I explained some of the other things. So he said it sounded like she was getting the beginning of a respiratory infection, a cold or something. So he gave me some antibiotics to give to her. And unfortunately, I have to do it with a syringe. And I've never done it. My wife's really good with that stuff because she used to work for a vet. But she's not here. But I have to give her a shot twice in the neck muscle. He said you can put it in the hind end, but he had heard a lot of stories, or people said it's not good because you could hit a nerve and damage a nerve. So it's better to put it in the neck muscle. So actually I'd set the camera up to where we could get, there she is peeking out from behind that door. But to where we could get a shot of us putting the syringe in. But she moved, and unfortunately we got out of range out of the camera, so it wasn't able to film it. Now, I'd never done this before, so she gave us a hard time. We were holding her, and we actually got it in her. And then yesterday was the second time. And each day she's looked better and better. But yesterday was the second round of shots or whatever that I had to give her. And it went a little bit easier, but she knew what that syringe was, and she wasn't coming near her, so we had to pin her up in there and get her. But she's looking better and better, so I think we caught it in time and we took care of it. I'm just lucky to have somebody that can actually guide me on how to take care of them and what to do. And he raises goats. And one of the things that he told me to keep an eye on was that if her tail was sticking straight up, that she's feeling better. If it's drooping, it stays drooping, that she's still feeling bad. But no, her tail sticks straight up. But yeah, I'm lucky to have him where I can go to and get information. He raises, actually he raises meat goats, and his wife has dairy goats, so they have a lot of experience with the goats. So I'm real comfortable with getting information from them. I can't remember the antibiotic that I used, but he said it was a broad spectrum antibiotic, and it would do a lot of different things. Now on the cabin, coming along slowly, because I'm an old man now. I don't move around like I used to anymore. But we actually got the rest of the backside. You better stop it. I got a little banny here attacking my leg. See, he's coming after my foot. They'll do that. They sneak up behind you. There's 4 of them that do it. But they can't hurt you. They don't have any spurs or anything. He's just wearing my leg out right now. It's so funny because people will come by and they'll come out like, what's that? But anyway, we got the whole backside over there that we didn't have decked before. We got it decked. Started on the other backside. We've come a long ways. Right now I've got like 2 days to go before they saying light rains for a couple of days. I'm confident, I'm hoping we will have the rest of this decked in, because right now it's pretty much all a straight run. And so we'll have it all decked in and hopefully dried in, and if not, we'll put some tarps up there or whatever. If I don't have it dried in, do whatever I can to keep any rain out of there. Then I'm going to go ahead and get the metal roofing and go ahead and roof all this in, and then that way I can wrap the house and put the windows in and start doing the insulation on the inside and everything. But it's actually coming along very, very good. Just glad to have this nice weather. In fact, we're getting ready to have a couple of days where it's 2 or 3 days where it's upper 60s and right around 70 degrees during the day, which is great. It's not too hot, and it's not too cold. And actually right now I think it's like 45, 50 degrees out here now. It's about 8:30 in the morning. But yeah, it's and I'll do another shot. We've started actually framing some of the interior walls, and I'll get up in there in the next video and get some shots of that and what we're doing in there, how it's kind of laid out. I'd like to have some walls in there, that way it gives you a better idea of how the rooms are going to be laid out. But it's coming along. Of course it's not going to be done by the time my wife gets here, but in a way it's kind of good. My wife hasn't seen her family. They're in northern Illinois in probably 5 years, I think. And so she wants to go home for Christmas. So she's going to come up here on Christmas, and we're going to take the grandkids, my son and his wife, and we're going to go out and spend Christmas with her family. So it's kind of a good thing. So she won't have to stay in the camper, maybe one night. But the house is not ready for her. But, and again, she's accepted it. She knows, but she just wants to go see her family. I think it's actually a good thing that we do, because like I said, we haven't been up like 5 years. In fact, I haven't been up in longer than that. Normally, she would fly up with the kids because I was always at home working or taking care of the animals or doing something, the dogs or whatever. But I think it'd be a good thing that we go up and actually spend time with her family. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna cut it short here and get off here and get to work on this thing, and hopefully get this thing decked in and get it dried in tomorrow, and I'll do another video soon. Have a good day, guys. See ya.